Imagine transforming your life in just 3 months to the point where you look in the mirror and barely recognize the person you see. This isn't about quick fixes or superficial changes, but about adopting 6 essential habits that, when practiced with discipline, have the power to revolutionize your existence. Inspired by Stoic teachings, these habits not only change what you do, but also who you are at the deepest level. If you're tired of feeling stuck in the same patterns, dominated by emotions, or seeing your life stagnate, this is your chance to turn things around. These habits are the key to unlocking a stronger, more resilient, and positive version of yourself. Ready to start? Let's embark on this journey of transformation together. Please help us share this message of hope and encouragement with others who might be at their own crossroads, unsure of what the future holds, by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. Topic 1. Enhance the control within you. The modern Stoic knows that true power does not lie in external circumstances, but in the ability to master oneself. Enhancing the control within yourself is a journey that requires patience and constant practice. Imagine yourself in a common situation. A co-worker makes a comment that, in other circumstances, might trigger an immediate angry reaction, but instead, you take a deep breath. Take a moment to observe the situation from the outside, as if you were watching a scene from a movie. Stoicism teaches us that this pause, this brief moment of self-awareness, is where true freedom resides. For 3 months, the proposal is simple but powerful. Observe your reactions without acting impulsively. This self-control, so essential in Stoic philosophy, is not about repressing emotions, but understanding them and directing them consciously. The Stoics believed that by developing this skill, it becomes possible to face any situation with clarity and determination. For example, in the face of a family crisis, instead of being overwhelmed by despair, the modern Stoic analyzes the situation with a calm mind, seeking practical and effective solutions. Thus, emotions become allies, not enemies, and you begin to shape your life based on rational choices, not instinctive reactions. During these 3 months, a good practice is to create a sort of emotional journal. In it, you can daily record situations where you managed to stay calm and those where you weren't as successful. This record isn't for judging yourself, but to help you identify patterns and see progress over time. This creates a cycle of constant learning, where each day becomes a new opportunity to apply Stoic life lessons. And remember, no one expects immediate perfection, but rather a continuous commitment to personal development. It's also important to remember that Stoicism doesn't preach indifference. On the contrary, the Stoics were passionate about life and sought to extract the best from every moment. However, they understood that emotions can be internal storms, and like an experienced sailor, they knew it was necessary to learn to navigate these waters with serenity. Therefore, when a wave of frustration or sadness tries to sink your boat, use the sails of Stoic wisdom to stay firmly on course. This is the power of self-control that the Stoics cultivated and that you can start developing today. Besides the emotional journal, another valuable tool is daily meditation, a practice that many Stoics like Marcus Aurelius adopted. Meditating, even for just 10 minutes, helps strengthen the mind so that it doesn't get dominated by impulses of the moment. It's a quiet but profoundly transformative training that, over the months, makes you a more centered person, less susceptible to external disturbances. Imagine starting your day with this practice, sitting in silence, reflecting on how you want to react to the challenges that may arise. At the end of these 3 months, you won't be the same person. Over time, situations that once seemed unbearable will become opportunities for growth, and those moments when you felt at the mercy of emotions will turn into personal victories. The modern Stoic isn't someone who denies emotions, but rather someone who uses them as tools to build a more balanced and meaningful life. This process of enhancing the control within yourself is the first step to a profound transformation where you begin to realize that true change starts internally. And so, by strengthening this self-control, you prepare to face another equally powerful challenge: abandoning constant complaining. This next step is crucial because by eliminating the habit of complaining, you make room for a new perspective on life, one that is much more aligned with Stoic principles. The journey to becoming a better person continues, and the next habit to be cultivated will bring a new dimension of personal freedom. Shall we explore that? Topic 2. Abandon constant complaining in your life. Abandoning constant complaining is one of the most transformative practices you can adopt. The modern Stoic understands that complaining is like watering seeds of negativity. Every negative word reinforces a limited worldview and obscures the ability to find solutions. Imagine what your life would be like if, for 3 months, you challenged yourself not to complain about anything. Sounds difficult, doesn't it? But that's the power of Stoicism in action, a philosophy that teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept with serenity what is beyond our control. In this challenge of abandoning complaints, the first thing to do is increase awareness of the words you use daily. Words are powerful. They shape our perception of reality and directly affect our mood. Throughout the day, make a conscious effort to notice when you're about to complain, and at that moment, pause. Replace the complaint with a reflection on what can be done to improve the situation. For example, if you find yourself complaining about traffic, turn that time into an opportunity to listen to an audiobook about Stoic philosophy or personal development. Thus, what was a source of frustration becomes a growth opportunity. Besides monitoring your words, it's also essential to be mindful of your thoughts. Complaining often starts in the mind, with that inner voice that insists on highlighting the negative side of situations. The Stoics teach us that this voice can be tamed. When you notice that you're starting to complain mentally, take a pause and shift your focus to something positive or constructive. A useful practice is to mentally list 3 things you're grateful for whenever you feel the urge to complain. This simple act of gratitude can completely change your perspective and promote a lighter, more optimistic attitude. Over these 3 months, you'll notice that by abandoning complaints, your worldview begins to change. Situations that once seemed unbearable are now seen as challenges to overcome. You begin to focus more on solutions than on problems, and this shift in focus brings with it a sense of empowerment. Stoicism teaches us that by controlling our thoughts and words, we create a more harmonious and satisfying reality. If something can't be changed, accept it gracefully. If it can be changed, change it without complaints. To make this practice even more effective, you can create a self-check system. At the end of each day, set aside a few minutes to reflect on situations where you almost complained but managed to hold back. Note these situations in a journal and congratulate yourself on your progress. And when a complaint slips out, don't beat yourself up. Just take note and use it as a reminder to keep improving. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but continuous progress toward a more positive and constructive mindset. This process of abandoning constant complaining will free you from one of the greatest traps of the human mind, the addiction to focusing on the negative. Over time, you'll become a lighter person, less burdened by everyday problems, and more focused on solutions and improvements. This doesn't mean you should ignore real problems, but rather that you should approach them more productively and less reactively. Life is full of challenges, and the modern Stoic understands that how we deal with them defines the quality of our existence. Now that you're freeing yourself from the habit of complaining, the next step is equally transformative: developing detachment from things and feelings. This habit not only complements what you're learning here, but takes you to an even deeper level of self-control and inner freedom. Ready to let go of what no longer serves you? Let's move forward. Topic 3. Develop detachment from things and feelings. Developing detachment is an art that few master, but it brings unparalleled freedom. The modern Stoic understands that true power doesn't lie in what we possess, but in our ability to let go of what no longer serves us. For 3 months, the challenge is simple but profound. Choose something specific to let go of, whether it's a material possession, a feeling of guilt, or a harmful habit. This process of detachment is a central practice in Stoicism because it allows us to focus on what truly matters, eliminating the distractions that prevent us from achieving true inner peace. The first step in developing detachment is identifying what in your life no longer contributes to your growth. It could be that object you've kept for years but has no real use, or a feeling of resentment that you secretly harbor. The Stoics believed that excessive attachment to things and feelings binds us to a limited existence, preventing us from reaching our true potential. To start, make a list of material possessions you can donate or sell, and feelings you'd like to overcome. Each item on this list is a step toward freedom. Detachment doesn't mean being insensitive or uninterested. On the contrary, detachment is a conscious practice of prioritizing what truly matters in your life. Imagine freeing up space in your home by getting rid of things you haven't used in years. By doing this, you also free up space in your mind, allowing new ideas and positive energies to enter your life. Similarly, by letting go of negative feelings like anger or jealousy, you make room for healthier emotions like compassion and empathy. Stoicism teaches us that this daily practice of detachment is a path to a more balanced and happy life. During these 3 months, it's essential to strengthen self-discipline so that detachment becomes a continuous practice. Choose one area of your life to focus on each week. For example, in the first week, focus on detaching from material possessions that have no sentimental or practical value. In the following week, turn your attention to feelings that are hindering your personal growth, like envy or the fear of failure. This gradual process of detachment will help you realize that true freedom lies not in accumulating, but in knowing when to let go. Stoicism also teaches us that detachment isn't an isolated act, but a way of life. Over time, you'll begin to notice that the things that once seemed essential now become irrelevant. This shift in perspective is liberating because it allows you to focus on what truly matters: your personal development, your relationships, and your peace of mind. For example, by detaching from a harmful habit like procrastination, you start to see the results in your productivity and self-esteem, reinforcing the importance of this Stoic practice. As time passes, detachment becomes second nature. You begin to realize that the emotions and objects that once occupied so much space in your life were in fact distractions. This process of detachment, which may seem difficult at first, becomes easier and more natural as you practice, and with that, you come closer to the serenity that the Stoics so valued. True freedom, according to Stoicism, is the ability to say no to what no longer serves and move forward with confidence and clarity. With this practice of detachment becoming part of your life, you'll be more prepared for the next step in your personal development journey, purifying your mind of negative thoughts. The connection between detachment and mental purification is profound because by letting go of what is unnecessary, you create space for more positive and empowering thoughts, ready to cleanse your mind of the thoughts that limit you. Let's find out how to do that together. Topic 4. Purify your mind of negative thoughts. Purifying the mind of negative thoughts is one of the most challenging and rewarding tasks that the modern Stoic can undertake. Just as the body needs healthy food to stay strong, the mind also needs healthy thoughts to remain balanced. Stoicism teaches that much of our suffering comes not from external events, but from the interpretation we give to those events. Over the next 3 months, the challenge is to replace these negative thoughts with memories and ideas that nourish your inner strength. Imagine, for example, that you catch yourself thinking that you're not good enough at your job. Instead of sinking into this belief, bring to mind a recent achievement or a compliment you received. Negative thoughts have the power to trap us in a cycle of self-sabotage. But the good news is that we can break this cycle. The first step is recognizing when these thoughts are arising. Whenever you notice that you're criticizing yourself or worrying excessively, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this thought helpful or is it harming me? The Stoics believed that the mind can be trained just like the body. Therefore, when you identify a negative thought, make a conscious decision to replace it with something positive or constructive. For example, if you catch yourself thinking that something will go wrong, ask yourself, what can I do now to ensure the best outcome? A powerful practice to purify the mind is Stoic meditation, which involves setting aside daily time to reflect on your actions and thoughts. During these moments of introspection, you can analyze what has crossed your mind throughout the day and decide which thoughts you want to nurture and which you want to discard. This habit, if cultivated daily, will strengthen your ability to control the flow of thoughts, preventing the negative ones from gaining strength. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius dedicated time to this practice, recognizing that a clean mind is a strong and resilient mind. Besides meditation, another effective method is the practice of positive affirmations. Develop affirmations that directly counter the negative thoughts you most often face. For example, if you frequently think that you're not capable, create an affirmation like, "I am capable and prepared to face any challenge." Repeat this affirmation several times a day, especially when you notice that the negative thought is approaching. The Stoics believed that repeating positive thoughts can reprogram the mind, making it more resistant to negative influences. Purifying the mind of negative thoughts doesn't mean denying reality or living in a bubble of forced optimism. On the contrary, it's about recognizing life's challenges clearly and responding to them in a way that strengthens rather than weakens you. When a negative thought arises, don't run from it. Instead, confront it with rational analysis, as a true Stoic would. Ask yourself if there's any real basis for this thought, and if not, let it go. This process is like cleaning a dirty window. Gradually, your view of the world becomes clearer and brighter. Over time, you'll find that the negative thoughts that once seemed so powerful will lose their strength. Your mind will become fertile ground for ideas and thoughts that propel you forward rather than drag you back. The Stoics understood that the quality of thoughts determines the quality of life, and by purifying the mind, you're planting the seeds for a more serene and fulfilled existence. This practice isn't just an isolated step, but part of a continuous cycle of personal development that reinforces all the other habits you're cultivating. Now that your mind is becoming cleaner and more focused, you're ready to embrace gratitude in your life in an even deeper way. Gratitude, when practiced genuinely, has the power to transform not only your perspective, but your reality. Let's explore together how to implement this powerful practice in your daily life. Topic 5. Implement gratitude in your life. Incorporating gratitude into your daily routine is one of the simplest and yet most transformative practices the modern Stoic can adopt. Gratitude is not just a pleasant feeling, it is a powerful tool that shapes the way we see the world and the situations around us. In Stoicism, being grateful is recognizing that despite the challenges, there is always something to be valued and celebrated. Imagine starting each day by reflecting on the blessings you already have, from the most obvious like health and home to the smallest, like a smile received or a warm coffee on a cold morning. To effectively implement gratitude, start by creating a morning ritual. Before even getting out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. These thoughts don't need to be great achievements. They can be as simple as appreciating the comfort of your bed or the anticipation of a pleasant meeting during the day. This simple act sets the tone for your day, directing your mind toward the positive and aligning your perspective with the Stoic principles of contentment and acceptance. Throughout the day, carry this practice with you, remembering it especially in moments of stress or difficulty. The practice of gratitude goes beyond just acknowledging the good things in your life. It also involves expressing that gratitude in a tangible way. Over the next 3 months, make a conscious effort to verbalize your gratitude to the people around you. If a friend did something for you, tell them how meaningful it was. If a co-worker helped with a project, thank them sincerely. This expression not only strengthens your relationships, but also reinforces your own sense of well-being. Stoic philosophy values the interconnectedness of people, and expressing gratitude is a way to cultivate these connections in a deeper and more meaningful way. Another powerful way to implement gratitude is through a gratitude journal. Dedicate a few minutes every night to jot down 3 things you were grateful for that day. It could be something simple, like a moment of peace during lunch, or something more significant, like an unexpected compliment at work. This exercise helps to embed the practice of gratitude in your mind, making it an automatic part of your daily thinking. Over time, you'll start to notice that your perspective on life shifts from focusing on what's lacking to appreciating what's already present. The modern Stoic understands that gratitude isn't just about what one has, but also about what one learns. Even in difficulties, there is always a valuable lesson to be thankful for. If you face a challenge at work, for example, instead of focusing on the difficulty, be grateful for the opportunity to grow and learn. This approach turns obstacles into stepping stones for personal development. Stoic philosophy teaches us that every event, good or bad, is an opportunity to practice virtue, and gratitude is the key to unlocking that potential. As you practice gratitude, you'll find that your outlook on the world becomes lighter and more optimistic. The small daily frustrations lose their power to bother you, and the great difficulties are faced with a more resilient attitude. The Stoics believed that recognizing blessings, no matter how small, was essential for a balanced and satisfying life. Implementing gratitude, therefore, is not just an exercise in well-being, but a fundamental practice for achieving the serenity and peace of mind that Stoicism so values. Now that gratitude is taking root in your life, the next step is to invest in a positive and decisive attitude. This posture not only complements gratitude, but also strengthens it, creating a cycle of positivity that drives all areas of your life. Ready to discover how a decisive attitude can transform your reality? Let's continue our journey. Topic 6. Invest in a positive and decisive attitude. Investing in a positive and decisive attitude is the final foundation for a profound transformation based on Stoic principles. The modern Stoic understands that in any situation, the attitude we adopt defines the quality of our actions and consequently, the results we achieve. Imagine facing a problem at work with an unwavering attitude of determination, confident that no matter the circumstances, you will do what is necessary to find a solution. This posture not only shapes how others see you, but more importantly, it shapes how you see yourself as someone capable of facing challenges with courage and purpose. The first step to developing this attitude is recognizing that you always have a choice, even when it seems like you don't. Stoicism teaches us that although we can't control everything that happens to us, we can always control how we respond. When you adopt a positive and decisive posture, you are affirming your power over your reactions and your destiny. For example, if a project doesn't go as planned, instead of lamenting what went wrong, the modern Stoic analyzes what can be done from that point to improve the situation. This kind of proactive attitude not only solves problems, but also creates a cycle of self-confidence and efficacy. To reinforce this attitude, it's helpful to create a personal mantra that you can repeat in moments of uncertainty or challenge. Something like, "I am the architect of my destiny," or "I can choose how to react," can serve as a powerful reminder that you have control over your decisions. The Stoic Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the power of the mind in his writings, reminding himself that regardless of external circumstances, he could always choose his response. Similarly, by investing in this kind of thinking, you are constantly reaffirming your ability to shape your own life. A practical way to cultivate this attitude is to tackle small daily challenges with determination and optimism. It could be something as simple as deciding to finish a tedious task or initiating a difficult conversation with someone. The important thing is to approach these situations with the confidence that no matter the outcome, you are in control of your actions and reactions. Stoicism values conscious and deliberate action, and by practicing this daily, you build a mental muscle that strengthens over time. Each small success reinforces your belief in your ability to face larger challenges with the same determination. Additionally, it's crucial to surround yourself with influences that reinforce this positive and decisive attitude. Read books, listen to podcasts, and follow people who exemplify the qualities you want to cultivate. This creates a mental environment that supports and feeds your ambitions. For example, books on Stoic philosophy, like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, can be constant sources of inspiration and guidance. By feeding your mind with these ideas, you arm yourself with the knowledge necessary to face any situation with courage and clarity. As this attitude becomes an integral part of who you are, you'll start to notice a change in how life responds to you. The difficulties that once seemed insurmountable now present themselves as challenges to be overcome. And the victories, no matter how small, become steps toward your personal development. The modern Stoic isn't defined by the challenges they face, but by the attitude with which they face them. And this positive and decisive attitude is the key to turning any situation, no matter how challenging, into an opportunity for growth. Now that you've incorporated this powerful mindset, the transformation that began with emotional control passed through the abandonment of complaining, and the development of detachment culminates here in decided and positive action. Over these 3 months, you have become unrecognizable, stronger, and more resilient. Now that all these habits are integrated, it's time to understand how this 3-month journey can transform your life in ways few imagine possible. Ready to take the next step? Let's conclude this journey with an introduction that captures the essence of this transformation. Tip 1. Practice daily meditation. Incorporating daily meditation into your routine is a powerful way to strengthen emotional control and self-awareness, pillars of Stoicism. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes a day to sit in silence, focusing on your breath and observing your thoughts without getting attached to them. This simple act of meditation helps calm the mind and prepares you to respond to situations with more clarity and calmness. Imagine, for example, that you start the day with a calm mind. Crises at work or family tensions don't seem as overwhelming because you've trained your mind to observe before reacting. Regular practice of this meditation will make calmness your second nature, further strengthening your journey in personal development. Tip 2. Create a progress journal. A progress journal is a practical and effective tool for monitoring your progress in combating complaints and adopting a more positive perspective. Spend a few minutes at the end of each day to record situations where you resisted the temptation to complain and instead chose to focus on a solution. This journal will not only help you visualize your growth, but also serve as a constant reminder that you're on the right path. Revisiting these notes, especially on days when you feel like you're not progressing, can be the extra motivation you need to stay firm in the challenge of abandoning negativity. Tip 3. Set weekly detachment goals. To facilitate the process of detachment, set specific weekly goals that help you let go of what's not essential in your life, both materially and emotionally. Start with small tasks like organizing and donating clothes you no longer wear or reducing the time spent on social media. The following week, move on to detaching from feelings like insecurity or guilt. By setting these goals, you're training your mind and heart to gradually detach, reinforcing your self-discipline and focus on what really matters. Each goal achieved is a step forward in the Stoic journey of detachment and inner freedom. Tip 4. Develop positive affirmations. Creating and daily repeating positive affirmations is key to purifying your mind of negative thoughts. Affirmations are statements that counterbalance the negative thoughts that often arise. For example, if you doubt your ability to achieve your goals, a powerful affirmation might be, "I am capable and determined to succeed." Repeating this phrase several times a day helps reprogram your mind, creating a healthier and more empowering self-perception. Over time, these affirmations will become a shield against negativity, allowing you to stay focused on what is positive and constructive. Tip 5. Establish a nightly gratitude ritual. In addition to starting the day with gratitude, establish a gratitude ritual before bed. Take a moment at night to reflect on 3 things you were grateful for that day, no matter how small. It could be something as simple as a smile from a stranger or a well-prepared coffee. This habit not only reinforces the practice of gratitude, but also contributes to a more peaceful sleep and a more positive mind as you end the day. Over time, you'll start to realize that the small things are actually great blessings, and this will shape a more grateful and happy worldview. Tip 6. Engage in personal growth challenges. Engaging in personal growth challenges is an excellent way to cultivate a positive and decisive attitude. These challenges can include taking courses that expand your skills, signing up for a competition that requires you to push your limits, or accepting a difficult task at work that you would normally avoid. By facing these challenges with a Stoic mindset, you strengthen your resilience and adopt a proactive stance in life. Every challenge overcome not only enhances your skills, but also reinforces the belief that you are capable of facing any adversity with courage and determination. You can continue living as you always have, or you can decide today that it's time to change and take control of your destiny. How about starting now? If you feel ready to become unrecognizable in 3 months, subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and keep following content that will help you evolve more and more. The journey may be challenging, but the results will be transformative. Ready to be the change? Let's go!